Hi, my name is Magdalena, and today I'm going to be filming a video swatching out all of my Clionadh eyeshadows. Now, usually Clionadh eyeshadows come, at least the stained glass collection, come in a square pan. I have repanned all of mine into the circle pans, but these are all Clionadh eyeshadows. They're all part of the stained glass collection except for these ones right here. These are their standard Duochromes. And over here is the Deep Sea Treasures palette, which is kind of part of their stained glass collection, kind of not. They're not sold as singles. So I'm going to go over all of them, talk about the formulas a little bit, do some swatches, and yeah, hope you enjoy. The first set that I'm going to be swatching out are the so-called glitter iridescents. If you are new to indie makeup and special shadows, they don't actually have glitter in them. These are all a large particle of mica, which is a very sparkly, metallic kind of pigment that gives the effect of glitter, but it is not plastic glitter. And iridescent means that it is a sheer, like transparent white base. Shades like these are usually used for toppers, and they're some of my absolute favorites. So first up, we have Gloaming, which is a vibrant pink to a peach, yellow gold, and then a green and maybe a touch of turquoise. It's got a very large particle size, larger than all the other shades with the exception of the next one. This here is Gilding, a very popular shadow. This one has, again, that large particle size and shifts from a fiery, like red orange into more of a true orange, into a warm gold, yellow, and then into like a greenish gold and green. Next we have Glint, which has the same multi-chrome pigment as the popular Luxe, but in a slightly different formulation. Not as chunky as the first two shades, but still much more kind of piecey than the Series 2s are. So this shifts from a gold into like a greenish gold, into a turquoise and blue. Here we have Glare, and Glare shifts from a green into a turquoise, blue, purple, and pink. Here we have Glow, which is similar to Gilding and Gloaming in that it has that larger particle size. And Glow shifts from a turquoise blue to a blue, indigo, purple, and pink. Next, we have Glimmer, which is a blue, indigo, purple, pink, and gold. Here we have Glisten, which is a purple to pink to peach to gold. Lastly, we have Gleam, which is a pink into a peach, orange, gold, and yellow. Next up are my Glitter Type and Glitter Vibrant multi-chromes. So they say that the Glitter Type have a large particle size and a sheer base, and the Glitter Vibrants have a more pigmented base with that larger particle size. I don't really see that. I think these probably could all be in the same family. I don't have a lot of each to compare though, so I'm just going to do them all in one. First we have Carving. So this has a brown base and shifts from a green into a turquoise, blue, purple, and magenta. Next we have Grisaille, which has a warm pinky brown base and shifts from a turquoise to a blue, indigo, purple, and pink, and a little bit of gold at a very harsh angle. Here we have Opulent, which has a deep rose base and shifts from a orange into a gold, into a green, and turquoise. Here we have what is possibly my favorite shade in the entire collection, Adornment. So this has a soft pink base and shifts from a gold into a green, turquoise, blue, and a little bit of purple at a very harsh angle. The next shade is Sunbeam. Now this is the newer version. I don't have the original. And this has a kind of warmer pink base and shifts from a gold into a green, blue, and a little bit of purple at a harsh angle. It has the same shifts as the previous shade Adornment, but is a little bit warmer because of the base. Lastly, for my glitter types, we have Trinket, which has a orange base and shifts from a turquoise into a blue, purple, and pink. First, for the glitter vibrance, we have Line of Queens, which has a dark smoky purple base and shifts from a like red and pink into a orange, into a gold, into like a chartreuse, green, and turquoise. It's a very complex shade. My other glitter vibrant is Regal, which has a dark, cool purple base and shifts from a gold into a green, turquoise, blue, and indigo. Next is the Earth Vibrance. So these have a sparkly metallic finish for the most part and vibrant pigmented bases. However, they're more kind of like neutral wearable colors despite being, very pigmented. So they're a little bit more wearable, a little more accessible instead of some of the more vibrant, brightly colored base collections, and certainly more wearable than, say, a black-based jeweled multichrome. First off, we have Climbing Vine, which has a dark smoky blue base and shifts from a blue into an indigo into a purple, pink, and gold. Here is Statue Garden. Now, unlike the rest of the shades in this category, this one has a very smooth, metallic, I don't know if I would say satin finish, but it's definitely not a sparkly metallic like the rest. And it has a dark teal base and shifts from a purple into a pink, into a like red and orange, into a gold. Here we have Royal Plum, which has a very dark kind of purpley, smoky purple base, and then shifts from a purple into a pink, peach, gold, green, and turquoise. Here we have Cobblestone, which has a gray taupe base and shifts from a pink into a peach, orange, into a gold and green. Here we have Iron Gate, which has kind of like a dark plum gray base, like a warm gray base, and it shifts from a warm gold into a true gold, into a kind of like olive, green, and turquoise. Now we have Estate, which has a warm brown base and shifts from a gold into a green, into a turquoise, and a blue. Here we have Hedge Maze, which has a dark blue base and shifts from a olive to a green to a turquoise to a blue and indigo. Here we have Wall of Ivy, which has a warm brown base and shifts from a green into a turquoise, blue, and indigo. Here we have Royal Pear, which has a bright green base and shifts from a pink into a peach, orange, gold, and lime. This is Bronze Fountain, which has a warm terracotta base and shifts from a gold into a green, turquoise, and blue. Lastly, we have Royal Peach, which has a vibrant orange base and shifts from a peachy pink into a kind of like reddish, and then to an orange, into a gold, a yellow, and chartreuse. These are the pearlescent multichromes. They only have 4 as of the moment, but I really hope they make more because these have a beautiful finish. It's a very smooth, metallic, high shine finish without any of the texture that comes from some of the more PC formulations. Here we have Renaissance, which has a cool pink base and shifts from a pink into a peach, orange, and gold. Next up we have Baroque, which is tied with adornment for my favorite shade. This has a kind of dusty rose base and shifts from a icy pink into a true pink, into a peach, and then gold and lime. Next is Palace, and this one has a sheer pink base and shifts from a red into a pink to a peach, orange, gold, and green. Last, for the pearlescence, we have Scepter. This has a peach base and shifts from a pink into a peach, orange, gold, and lime. These are the electric multi-chromes. So these have a high shine, sparkly metallic finish and bright, colorful bases. Some of them have pastels and some of them are a little bit more of a vibrant, almost jewel toned base, but they're all very colorful and absolutely beautiful. Probably my favorite collection. Our first electric is Niello, which has a purple base and shifts from a gold into a green, into a turquoise and indigo. Here we have the ever popular Mural, which has a green base and shifts from a kind of like reddish orange into a true orange, into a yellow, gold, and lime. Here is Emblem, which has a similar green base to Mural, but shifts from a pink into a peach, orange, gold, green, and turquoise. Here is Motif, which has a cool minty green base and shifts from that kind of cool minty green into the turquoise, blue, indigo, purple, and pink. This is Hilt, which has a pastel blue base and shifts from a red and pink into a pink, peach, gold, and lime. This is Tessera, which has a periwinkle base and shifts from a purple into a pink, into a peach, orange, gold, and lime. This is Quest, which has an indigo base and shifts from a magenta into a pink, peach, orange, and gold. This is Rayonant, which has a purple base and shifts from a pink into a peach, orange, gold, green, and turquoise. Here is Flashed Glass, which has a magenta base and shifts from a blue, indigo, purple, pink, and gold. Here is Cinder, which has a kind of like reddened pink base and shifts from a red into a pink, peach, orange, and gold. This is Signet, which has a hot pink base and shifts from a pink, peach, orange, gold, green, turquoise. Last for the electrics, we have Oriole, which has a bright pink base and shifts from orange, gold, green, turquoise, blue. This is the Deep Sea Treasures palette, which has unique to this palette stained glass collection shadows. Unfortunately, you cannot get them as singles, at least as of the moment. Fingers crossed for the future, but right now you do have to get the palette to get these. It's a really nice sampling of their different formulations, and there are some really beautiful shades here, and I'll get into the specific details of the finishes as I swatch them each out. This first shade is Ring of Fire, and it is a very chunky glitter multi-chrome. I don't really think they have anything that is as chunky as this, at least that I have tried, but it is a beautiful formula that does smooth out quite nicely. It has a reddened base and shifts from a red, peach, orange, gold, and then lime. This next shade is the Benz, which has a more traditional glitter formula from Clionadh. It has a teal base and shifts from a purple, pink, peach, orange, gold, green. This next shade is Fool's Gold. It has a more sparkly metallic finish, a brown base, and shifts from a kind of olive to a green, turquoise, blue, indigo. Next is Kelp Forest. This one has a very smooth metallic with a bit of sparkle finish. It has a dark brown base and shifts from a green into a turquoise, blue, and indigo. The next shade is Saltwater Pearl, and this has a very high shine, high impact, smooth but very sparkly finish. It has a kind of sheer tan base, and it shifts from this kind of like silver into a turquoise, into a blue and indigo. It's a very complicated shade despite being kind of neutral. It's really, really beautiful. Next up is Cephalopod, one of my favorite shades, and not just because it's named after my favorite animals. It has a glittery formula and a kind of like dusty rose base. Shifts from a green into a turquoise, blue, indigo, purple, and pink. Next is Shipwreck, which has a smooth metallic and super sparkly finish, has a blackened base, and shifts from a indigo into a purple, pink, red, and peach. It also has tons of rainbow micro sparkles throughout it that makes it a very complex shade. Lastly, from the Deep Sea Treasures palette, we have Scuba. This has a sparkly metallic finish and a kind of like dark teal base. Shifts from a blue, indigo, purple, pink, peach, and gold. Lastly, I thought I would show off some of the standard duochromes I have from them. These are not part of the stained glass collection. They are just a very beautiful, highly pigmented metallic duochrome. They have mentioned that they'll be doing some more of these shadows, and they have recently released or re-released some palettes that have this standard circle pan formula as opposed to the stained glass formula. So I thought I would just do a little bit of a swatch for those and talk about them in case people are interested. First, we have Soul, which has a yellow base and a turquoise to indigo duochrome shift. Next is Rune, which has a deep olive base and a like olive green to a warm gold shift. This is Permafrost, which I've found I have to build up a fair bit to get the pigment of the other shades. It has a gray base and a pinky purple to red duochrome shift. Next is Crystalline, which I believe is one of their newer shades. It has a purple base and a very prominent turquoise into indigo and purple shift. Another standout shade, this is Nocturnal, which has a purple base and a almost ultraviolet-like blue to indigo duochrome shift. This is Panacea, which has a purple base and a pink to peach duochrome shift. And lastly, we have Amulet, which has a magenta base and a blue to indigo duochrome shift. All right, so that is the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I do plan on doing a video in the future where I swatch all of these out by color instead of by formulation, so we can see, you know, the nuances in the different colors and the different formulas and how they compare. But yeah, that will be in the future. So if you're interested, you know, feel free to check back or subscribe, and you know, thank you for swatching. Bye.